Okay, so welcome back. I am the IchiMoka trader. I am going to show you some trades that I took on Friday, doing a recap of 2 days. I had to leave on Friday, so I'm doing the recap for Friday as well as today. That is March 4th and March 7th. And had a great day on both days. Everything seems to be setting up really well, so I thought I'd do a quick recap here of the stocks that I did trade. I traded wheat, INDO, HUSA, and 9. So I'm going to start first off on Friday. I took a trade, started out this trade here on wheat. And this one came up actually. I kind of accidentally went into it. I have to show my losses as well as when I make money. So I did actually take a loss on the first trade. I was pretty disappointed on it. I'm not sure exactly what I was thinking. My MACD wasn't below the midpoint here. It's one of my rules. If I go short, it has to be on the down on the other side of the MACD. So this kind of spot right here, let's go out to H, that green line I just put in right there. So I have to be below that to go short or above it to go long. So I actually think what I did was accidentally hit the button. Well, that's what happens sometimes when you're trading. So I'll just back this up and show you exactly where we were at the time. Everything's looking long, so I think I accidentally went short. I remember hitting the wrong key. It happens. But I'm just gonna move forward on this for you guys. I was probably thinking long, but because I'm also coming here on the RSI stochastic, so I wait for the cross there, and I'm always below. I actually have my RSI and stochastic set at 90 and 10. Most people are either 80 and 20, or they could be even 70 and 30 or something like that. I like to have my strategy is it's a lot more strict in that way. I have to wait for the ins and outs. Now on Friday, at the beginning of the day, I wasn't following my rules, so I made a mistake here, and I went in, and it looks like here I'm in on this candle short. Completely wrong thing to do. But anyways, I kept in there, and I thought, well, as soon as I hit that VWAP area here, that's going to be a bit of resistance. So it should bounce back up. I'll get out of the trade as soon as it does. Now, didn't look too good there, but I waited in it, because you still have your 50 moving average here. That'll also act as a support and resistance line, so I'm hoping that it bounces off of that. This is a stock that came up on the scanners for the day, so it is something that has some strength to it and momentum. So a lot of times when you have a stock that's coming out of the gate here, okay, so this is only 9:44. It's only 14 minutes into trading when I took that trade. So a lot of times you'll have some profit taking. You know, you'll get maybe a bit of a push out of the gate. A lot of people jumping because it's on the gap scanner, and they want to take some profit. So a lot of times you'll have some pullback right after that, kind of the beginning run and then pullback. So I'm waiting here, and it's looking good. So I got out. So I shorted that first, at 12:42, and looks like, anyways, I took a 40 euro loss on that one. I got out of it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Quickly get back in here. Anyways, at this point I decide I am going to take this long. It's coming in. I'm going to go long on this one. Here we go. I'll move forward. I am looking long on here because now we're starting to cross back in. Stochastic RSI is crossing up, as well as our MACD here is starting to curl back towards each other, and we're on the high side of the middle of the MACD, so you know that you're looking long. And when the blue and the orange here, when those just go to cross, that's usually when you get a push. So I'm looking long here. My IchiMoka is set up. I have my green cloud in front of me saying go long. I actually have the 50 and the 200, the 50 move above the 200. I have my lagging indicator clear of all of the price action and the clouds. And right now I've moved above the VWAP. So everything's saying long. I took this trade right here. And let me make this a little bit bigger for you. So I took this long here, and let's just see how things worked out. So I decided at this point I would take my profits. Right in here I pressed a button. I got out at what was that? So 12.44 in and 12.61 out. So that's a good 17-cent profit on 200 shares. So this turned out to be a good trade long. So I made back my losses. I felt good about that. But it wasn't great. I wasn't feeling it as I should have. I wasn't on the ball coming in there. So I'm still waiting on this. I'm just going to go through this next trade here for Friday. And here we come. Okay, so this one here is starting to come in. And if I just take a look, we have the red cloud forming in the front. We have our lagging indicator that is clear of any price action or any of the clouds. We have on the MACD, we crossed up to the upside, but below the midway point here. So we're definitely going short on that as well. And the RSI stochastics have just crossed and confirmed. So I actually see the MACD, the blue line is actually starting to curl back. And that's why I took this trade at this point. And we'll just, I'll just go through slowly here on this one so that we can see exactly what I'm looking for. When I seen this come up, you know, it really confirmed that the 50 crossing down below the 200 is really confirming that we're going in the right direction on our short. So we'll just keep going here. And now this actually formed a bear flag. This had formed a bear flag here. And then this formed a second bear flag. You didn't have this come up higher than the first bear flag. This is the second one. So you know that you still have a bit of confidence in this trade. I loved how this all just lined up with the cross of the 50 and the 200 moving averages. So we'll just keep on going here and wait for a signal to kind of bring us out. Now, I had crossed in right at the overbought where I have mine set. Again, mine's at 10. A lot of people are at 20, so it would have been definitely past the 20 there. And then this is where I decided, you know, that's it. The MACD, the bluest line here, is starting to come back up to the orange, and we've already crossed here. I'm thinking at this point, you know, this is some decent profit that I have here. It looks as though, you know, I'm short at 1176, and I'm out at 1145. So in this instance, 1176 and 1145. So we're 31 cents. This was later on in the day, but we're 31-cent profit on that one. And I took 500 shares instead of 200 on that. I felt more confident in this setup, so I took 500 shares. So that was a good 155 euros won on that one. Now I believe this one, if I had just kept in and waited for only the IchiMoka to take us out of the trade. Yeah, let's just take a look. I think it continued down, but maybe it's a different stock. No, there it is. So, see, that often happens. So what do you know? The lagging indicator took us out, and we were above the profit that we took. So that's one reason that I like using the RSI stochastic with the MACD. It does, sometimes it helps you to retain some of your profits. You don't lose as much as if I had just waited for IchiMoka. So by combining some different indicators, I'm able to really maximize my profits, minimize some of the losses. So that is wheat that I did all my trading on Friday. I'm going to switch over to INDO now. And this one's a little bit easier to follow. And bring that up like that. There's a lot of lines on this one, but anytime I go along on something like this, I don't. As soon as that first candle comes up, I take all of my stop loss to break even, and then I start trying to decide, oh, when am I going to kind of get out? So I'm looking for specific indicators as to when I'm going in something and when I'm going out of something. So we'll start here with this. This trade was the first trade on INDO. This thing is, so today it's I think $80, this stock. I was trading it at 25. So this one continued to run. Let's see when I'm looking to get in here. So we didn't quite cross outside where I like to cross on the stochastic RSIs here, but we did get darn close. So I'm thinking that's a good signal. We have here the front cloud set up. We are above the VWAP. We have the lagging indicator clear of all the price action and above the cloud. And if you see here, again, I love having this cross down below. Now, keeping in mind we're above the midway point of the MACD. And now we have this blue line starting to actually curl back when this crossed down here on stochastic. So I'm having everything line up perfectly. So right here, at one point during this minute, I had pushed the button to go long. And we'll just keep watching here. So definitely confirmed, and now you actually have your cross on the MACD, confirming that you're correct on there. And so we'll just keep going. Now, I haven't gotten out yet because I have no indicators telling me that this is the time to get out. So we'll just keep kind of heading here, see what we get. Now, we've crossed on the stochastics. Now, where did my mouse go here? I think my mouse is dead. Anyways, we crossed on the stochastics. And I'll bring that down a bit. But we're still pretty wide on our indicators here on the MACD. Our IchiMoka hasn't taken us out yet. So let's just speed this up so that we don't. Okay, so here we go. We've hit the 2-to-1 profit ratio that I'm always trying to achieve. And on this particular day, I was a little bit not too happy with it because I definitely left a bit on the table. Definitely could have gotten a little bit more cash, but it is what it is. I still hit where I wanted to be, and the profits that I wanted to accomplish. So in saying that, I did take that trade and got out there. Actually, I should pull this over this way. So I definitely left a little on the table here, but that's all right. I was waiting again for an opportunity to get back in. And a lot of times when stuff is running, you're definitely going to have many opportunities. And I'm always looking at momentum traders. I follow different live traders. Relentless Trader is one of them. They're all momentum, or Ross Cameron of Warrior Trading. They're all momentum traders. And I understand how they work and where they get in. A lot of traders will look at this. This here is forming a bull flag, meaning at the top of this, they're probably looking at going long and running with it. So I'm trying to set up both my IchiMoka and my other indicators, which we crossed here very close to in the 20 line there. So I know we're kind of moving on the upside, and I know that the blue line was coming back here on the MACD. So I'm feeling more confident on this as well. And you see that your IchiMoka is all set up. You've got your cloud here in the front, green, and it's quite wide. You have the price action above the VWAP. You have your, basically they're moving averages for the IchiMoka. The blue is above the orange. And then your lagging indicators clear of all your price action. So this one here is, it's set up perfectly. I put up the, like I said, I know the momentum traders are going to go for the break. So that's why I pushed the button when I did to go long. And we'll just keep going with that and see how we go. So I got out on that one. I got out at, let's see here, so we are INDO at 2906 at 10:15, 2906 and 30:35. So then out at 30:35, this red line here. This I was a little disappointed again because I emotionally traded it. I saw money on the table and I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to take that money. And I mean, I banked profit. So for me, I'm still winning, but I probably shouldn't have got out because I don't have any indicators here really showing me that I should be getting out. You can see everything's still strong. We're not even in the overbought area yet here. Everything on the IchiMoka is set up. All the moving averages are where they should be. I shouldn't have gotten out, but I got excited. So that's as simple as it is. But you can see here how far it started to run before our stochastic came into the overbought and actually started to touch. And then you can see the blue line on the MACD is actually starting to curl as well. So if I was smart, which I wasn't in this instance, I would have just stayed until I got the proper ins and outs. That's the beautiful thing about the IchiMoka setup, is that you're not doing it quickly. This is a more relaxed way of trading, but I got emotional anyway. So I could have doubled my profits on that one easily. But let's just keep going here. So in this instance, I did take that profit, and that next candle actually dumped. Probably dumped because you had the cross there, and then you're already curling on the MACD. So I was smart to kind of get out, but I could have waited a little bit longer. You also have your lagging indicator touching the price action here. It doesn't mean that it's going to stay there, and I never worry when you have a hair or tail below when the lagging indicator touches those. Only when you're in the full body of everything. So another thing there, see, so now it's just touched and went up. So now is another looking like a bull flag. We're going to come ahead here and see this one here. I decided I was going to get in for the break, and I immediately got out of there and took a little bit of a loss. So that was the last trade, which was down 135 euro. That's my largest loss since using this new strategy. That I want to show everybody my wins and losses, and that way people can feel more confident if they want to start trading an IchiMoka type strategy. So we're going to switch from that day now and go into today's trading. Today's trading worked very well, but it took a long time. I missed a trade on 9, the stock 9 at, this is at 120, but anyways, 9 minutes in at 9:39. I missed a short on it. I should have been in on it. I even had it on Interactive Brokers had shares to trade for it. So yeah, that was disappointing. But so I'm sitting there and I'm disappointed for the day. But I'm waiting for the IchiMoka setups, and nothing's happening, nothing for a long time, until my first trade here at 116. So at 116 is my first trade. Actually was on Husa. So we'll go here. We missed that one on 9. Feeling disappointed, but then this thing comes up, and I thought, well, this stock this morning was on the scanners. It had a lot of strength. It was like 170% plus. So it was a pretty great stock for going long. So I was waiting for my opportunity, possibly for going long. Sometimes you can get a sell-off for the day, so that's what you'll be watching. But let's take a look here. So I've been watching this all day. I mean, we're talking 9:30 to 1 o'clock here. So I've been quite patient with it. I'm looking for, like I say, out here at the 20. So we're already kind of touching and coming across on the RSI stochastics. we're way above on the MACD from the center line, and we've crossed here, which some people actually trade short when they see that, but I don't, because I feel like when this starts coming back up, when that blue starts coming back up, that's my confirmation once it hits that orange line. My IchiMoku is set up perfectly. I have the green cloud in the front, and it's quite large. We're way above the VWAP, which is normal on a stock, up 170%, but normal on a stock that has strength on the day and is on the gap scanner. So that's good. I'm looking to go long. And then our blue line here, moving average, well, they're not moving averages, I said that before, but I'm just going to call them moving averages. So your blue moving average and your orange, they're separate, they're quite far apart, and the blue is above the orange. The lagging indicator here is completely clear of all of your price action by a lot. So these are the ones where, momentum traders are going, I want in. So emotionally they see something and then they just jump in. A lot of the times it doesn't work. Sometimes it works. If you're good like Ross Cameron or Relentless Trader, if you're good like they are, they'll often get out quickly and be able to keep some money on the table. But I'm not that good at momentum. That's why I trade the IchiMoku strategy. So let's just keep going here. So on this candle here is when I decided that's it. I'm hitting the trigger. So I took this right away, and it started to move up. I was anticipating that we're going to get a break. We're going to get a break and a push past kind of the high here. And I didn't quite get the break that I wanted. I decided that I would get out at this point just because I had some profit on the table. I was looking at, again, I should have waited until I got the IchiMoku set up the way it should have went, and wait. So you can see the lagging indicator never came into the price action. The IchiMoku is still all set up, and this actually started to cross to the upside and is still above here, and this hasn't crossed in the overbought. So I should have waited on this one as well. You can see there's quite a bit of profit I lost on that one. Now, I should have waited for this candle here. Your blue is starting to cross back, and it already crossed in the oversold. So if I had waited for that, I would have made, what, an extra $1? So, yeah, that for that trade there. So I made on Husa, I made 200 euros on this trade, which it could have been a heck of a lot more than that. So we'll just keep going ahead here. I'll show you the last trade actually was with this stock here, 9, and this one came up at 1320, so 120. Let's do the replay on it. So I'm looking here. I've been waiting on this all day again. This is 120. And again, all my stocks come up on the gap scanners in the morning. I look at both the TradingView gap scanners as well as the interactive brokers. So this one here, finally, I've been waiting all day for this one to line up with everything. So we've got the IchiMoku cloud here green, so we're going along, we're looking to go long, we're above the VWAP now. We actually came through it a bit here and then it rejected. So now it's starting to rise. So we're above the VWAP. I'm seeing everybody jumping in on this on different momentum traders. And that indicator, the lagging indicator, is way up. Your moving averages are in the right spots here. You've got your MACD is above the midpoint, and the blue is starting to come back. You've already crossed here on the RSI stochastic. So I'm looking for my spot to get in. Like I say, the momentum traders are looking for the breaks on the
bulletin received
on the bull flag here. So this is actually forming a bit of a bull flag. Let's take a look. So I waited until this crossed, until this blue line here, until that blue line started to come right into the orange. And these on the RSI stochastic, the lines there are quite far apart. So I'm confident at this point at the highs here coming in. So at the end of this candle, this red candle here, at the end of that, I immediately pushed my button. So I was pushing the button to buy, and here I was quite confident on it. I actually bought 3,000 shares. Let's see what happens. So now you've confirmed you have crossed here definitely on the MACD, and you're definitely still good on the RSI stochastics, and all of your IchiMoka is still set up. And guess what? I got out. I think I did very well on the stock, but let's see if I left any on the table. So this is this is a bull flag. Once that breaks on the next candle, if it does, I don't remember. Let's take a look. So it didn't. So I took that one right away, and it just set up perfectly. So that was, if you were looking at like MACD to get out or something like that, or waiting for the IchiMoka, I think on this one, the IchiMoka would have taken you out right there. So you would have been taken out, you would have got out around here. So in this instance, when I use the RSI stochastic on over 90, or right at 90 there, 91, just over 90. When it crossed on that next spot here, when it crossed right here on this candle, it was the perfect candle for me to take my profits. And on that one, I made 1,710 euro. So that was a really good trade. It was a perfect setup for IchiMoka, and it was a great way to get out of that one too. So that's it. I know this this one's a bit longer, 33 minutes here, but did the recap for both Friday and today. And my mouse died, and that's just the way it goes. So I hope you enjoyed it. This has been a couple of great days. I'm going to continue posting recaps so people can understand how to trade a little bit more relaxed, how to be able to get into a trade while it's confirming direction, and then being able to get out where you're maximizing your profits, kind of minimizing your losses. So that is it for today. I will post another recap probably tomorrow. So thanks again for watching and supporting my channel. Thanks. Ciao.